My name is Tom Kelly. I'm a stand-up comedian who has a podcast about fixing up my own life and owning my midlife crisis. But I'm known for my work as a TV warm-up comedian. I've worked at The View, America's Got Talent, $100,000 Pyramid, Good Morning America, and dozens of one-off TV shows and specials. For those of you who don't know, a warm-up comedian at a TV show is the entertainer who goes out and gets the crowd excited for whatever the real show is behind them that's going to air on network TV. The job is part party animal, part comedian, part bar mitzvah DJ, and part security guard. You have to get people in the mood for a show, and you got to also convey the rules. You gotta get them to not chew gum. You gotta get them to sit in their seats. You gotta get them to put their cameras away, and you gotta get them to applaud at the right times. I'm good at it. You have to be part security guard, part bar mitzvah DJ, and then you just got to use your tools. The tools are your good looks, your charm, and your humor. And for me, my best one of the three is humor. The date, January 15th. I'm doing a cable show that has long since been canceled and forgotten. There's a woman in the crowd who screams entitlement. When the crowd's supposed to stand, she's seated. When the phones are away, her phone's out. When she's supposed to be sitting in her seat, she's trying to get in with the celebrities. I ask her in so many charming and joking ways, please, ma'am, stay in your seat. She shoots me a look in front of the whole crowd. Now, she's wearing an orange Dukes of Hazzard t-shirt, and the date is January 15th. I look at her and I say, hey lady, I am not taking attitude from a woman wearing a General Lee t-shirt on Martin Luther King's birthday. She goes along with the crowd. Show's over. I think I'm cute. I think I'm funny. One of the producers rushes out of the control room and says, what did you say? Like, what do you mean? You just offended the network executive's friend. You should apologize. Now, if you know anything about comedians, comedians don't apologize for jokes. They don't. It's just one of the rules. And that joke was hilarious. Okay? Dukes of Hazzard. The car is the General Lee. The General Lee, that's the orange 79 Charger with the Confederate flag on it. And January 15th, that is Martin Luther King's actual birthday. I really only know that because that's my cousin Judy's birthday, but still, for a white guy from Long Island, that is a well-crafted social justice joke. I am not going to apologize. Now, the name-dropping portion of my story. At this point in my career, I also work at a TV show, The View. It's moderated by a woman, Whoopi Goldberg, brilliant stand-up comedian, EGOT winner. That's an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She tells jokes. She doesn't apologize. And I love her most for her character Guinan on Star Trek The Next Generation. And if you ever get a chance to work with her, for me, she was Guinan. Guinan was the character where Captain Picard would have a big problem, and then suddenly the bartender from the ship would show up, give 10 seconds of wisdom, and your problems would be solved. I was lucky enough to have a few of those moments with her. I figure, Whoopi's a brilliant comedian. She doesn't apologize. I'm going to tell her this story, and I won't have to apologize when I go into my night job tonight. She listens, and she says, Tom, you have to apologize. I'm like, what do you mean? Comedians don't apologize for jokes. And she says, Tom, you weren't telling that joke to be funny. You were just saying it to be mean. I'm like, what do you mean? You didn't tell the joke to be social justice, smart and all that. You said it because she wasn't sitting in her chair. You were being mean. And that line stuck with me. I went into the night job. I apologized to the network executive, and my apology was accepted graciously and quickly. But that line, you're not being funny, you're being mean. I just thought about how that applies to everything I do in my life. My friends, my two best friends, the McGarrigle brothers, they always said whenever I was in a fight with someone, there would be the Tom Kelly exponential retaliation theory. You make fun of my haircut, I make fun of your mother who died of cancer. Not for real, but you get what I'm saying. But that level of retaliation. And think about it, when you're with your friends, are you being funny or are you putting them in their place? With your kids, your nieces, your nephews, are you being funny or are you just trying to keep them down just below you? Are you being funny? Are you being mean? And I think about that when I have that little thought that's being funny in the back of my head. I was just at a memorial service, and it was a showbiz memorial service, and there was a woman in the crowd who had screwed me on an important TV deal for me. And I looked at the woman and I wanted to say, wow, Rachel, this would be a better memorial service if you were the one in the box. Now, I didn't say that because it wasn't funny. It's mean. I mean, I'm saying this here to all of you, and her name is really Rachel, but she's not a fan. She won't look me up. But in all your interactions with the people you love and even the people you don't, and even on stage, are you being funny or are you just being mean? Now, most people aren't lucky enough to get a chance to work with Whoopi Goldberg and get that advice from someone who played Guinan, and you get to pretend you're Captain Picard for just a minute. You guys are getting it from me. In your interactions, think about it. Are you being funny or are you being mean? Thank you.